Good morning, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're here to talk about your experience of working with us here at Holst. So I wondered if you could get us started just by introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about your role and organisation.
Thanks, Vanessa. Yes, so I'm Karen Draper and I am the Learning and Development Manager for Mosaicx, and we are part of the West Technology Group.
Perfect. So would you please share some of your experiences of working with Holst, and also it would be great if you could highlight any specific features or aspects that have particularly been beneficial for you.
Okay, so I've been personally involved in psychometrics for about the last 25 years in various roles. I've actually been working with Holst for the last 5 years as part of the West Group. We mainly I mainly use the tools for developing individuals and teams. So the assessments I would highlight that I think are really helpful. The word survey, which underpins everything, and I think that, you know, not only for the user is that really easy to access, to understand and complete, but also the reports we get from the other end of that are really helpful for lots of different things. So what I really like about it are the tips for motivating and coaching someone that the manager can have and see, and I think that's really helpful for them to understand how to motivate that particular individual in their team. Similarly, the team assessments, we've used that with people leaders to understand where their strengths are in the team, where there might be gaps, and also for the team to understand the dynamics. So why there might be one person who feels, you know, a little bit isolated sometimes in certain conversations because they're coming at it from a completely different angle, and then for the rest of the team to understand the value that that person can bring.
Absolutely.
Yes, we've also been using it quite recently as well to get people to think about how might your team be perceived outside of the team, with all of the dynamics going on in it and all of the traits in there, and that really helps with things like collaboration, which is one of our company values, so that's been really helpful there. But the one thing I think I love more than anything has been the 360, and I think just the way in which the questions are asked. So I think previously in 360s, it's been very much about tell this person what they're not doing or what they're doing wrong. I think, you know, if you're giving feedback on your manager, that can create a bit of anxiety around how honest you feel able to do and how, you know, am I going to be identified? And I think that goes away with McQuaig because it very much asks about what you'd like to see more or less of. So it's a very positive framing of the question. And I think that does help people to give honest feedback, also to put, you know, more honest commentary in there to support the rating. So that's been really helpful for us.
I agree with that, and it's really nice to have that feedback about the 360. I know when we initially worked on the design of that, it was around removing numbers, so rating people on a number scale. So the scale we introduced was that, do you want to see this person doing the same, more, much more, less, or much less? And it's just kind of a much softer feedback, and it's just a more straightforward rating system and a more positive experience we found with that. And with the completed reports, are you pulling in the word survey trait scale into your completed 360?
We are, not always. We are. So if you know, if there's been time and maybe the person's done the word survey beforehand, we'll pull that in. But we've also used it without and had, you know, an equal success. So it's not dependent, but it does add that extra layer of understanding when we have done it. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. It might kind of help people understand why they're behaving in that way, if they're an office pioneer or something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So to summarize your overall satisfaction with Holst services, can you tell me a little bit about how it's contributed to your organisation's success?
Yes, so we've, I think all of the tools that we use have really enabled us to create a framework for having a conversation around differences. So, we are at Mosaicx, we are, our culture and our people are the foremost for everything. And it's really important to us that our people are not just productive, but also happy. So that, and a people manager, people leaders, they have a huge part to play in that. And anything we can do to help them understand each other's differences, to build flexibility in how they might manage or they might work with that person, all of that goes towards making it a really happier workplace and be a little more thoughtful of other people. So that's really allowed us to have more open conversations, more honest conversations, particularly, and non-judgmental conversations, I think. And then that enables us to, to really help develop these people and kind of give them the tools they need to build that flexibility.
Yeah, I think that's really key as well, around kind of having open discussions. If you're using a McQuaig report as the frame for that, that individual has answered those questions about themselves.
Yeah.
It's easier to kind of open a discussion using their own report.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if somebody was watching our chat and was a little on the fence about working with us, what would you say to them?
We'll do it. I mean, you will not find a better set of tools and resources anywhere on the market for the value for money we get from you. It's, with the 360 and the word surveys and the self-development surveys and the team reports, there's just so much there to to help your teams. So I would say do it, and and you'll be supported along the way, because we've had really fantastic support from training our administrators from the technical team to you as well, our account manager. So you'll get excellent support at a really, really good value for money. Thank
you, Karen. I really appreciate that. So this is a bit of a tough one, but if you were to summarize working with Holst in one word, what would you say?
I'd say easy.
That's really
it's easy, yes. And I don't feel so in the past with other suppliers, it's been very much about what else can we sell you. Always feel like I'm being upsold to, and I never have that. I mean, yes, I'm aware of other tools that you offer, there are other things on our radar, but it's never the first thing that we talk about. It's I don't feel that I'm being constantly sold to, and that
really appreciate that. Yeah, that's something that's very dear to me, and certainly don't want clients to feel like that. So I thank you so much for that feedback. Lovely. Karen, that's it. Thank you so much for your time today. Your insights are really, really valuable to us. So thank you so much, and have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.